Hello everybody. Welcome to my kitchen. I am Dana, joined by the wonderful Robbie, my part-time tech, part-time dishwasher, part-time dog wrangler, chauffeur, Sherpa, firewood gatherer, fire maker. He does a lot of things around here. I can't do this without him. Welcome in. Hello, this username. Hello. Does that mean... Hey, Twilight Wolf. Hey, welcome. Thank you so much for resubscribing. I'm awesome. Oh, thank you so much. I don't know about that, but I'll take the compliment and just say thank you. I'm going to go ahead while I'm thinking about it, and I'm going to make you your little heart magnet because this is the Love Sub Month. Lots of love going around here. But thank you so much. Hello, T. Gomez. How are you? Welcome in. So change of plans because I was going to do some Taiwanese food tonight, but I didn't make it to the supermarket because the roads were really icy here. Let's see here, 5 months. Wow, 5. That's awesome, Twilight Month. Thank you so much for your support. I love it. Okay. Whew, where was I? Oh, yeah, I didn't make it to the grocery store today. That is an actual picture that was up at the beginning. Hello, Bravewood Beanery of our fountain, just completely frozen in front of the grocery store that I took like a couple of weeks ago when it was freezing around here. So it's the same thing. What recipe am I using for gluten-free pasta? I am using this one. And let's see if it tells me where it's from. Gluten on a Shoestring, I believe, is the place. So we're gonna try it. I've never made gluten-free pasta. I don't have Expandex, which is supposed to be one of the things that you can use, but they say you can use tapioca flour instead, which I happen to have here. And we're gonna give this a try, and I may play around. Tonight I was just like, what do I have and what can I do with that? And I decided I would do this. I do have regular spaghetti back here. We're gonna attempt to make bucatini with this gluten-free recipe. So hopefully this dough isn't too wet because I think with the longer noodles you need less wetness. So yes, I know I can order from Amazon. I didn't have enough time to get it here for tonight because it wasn't gonna be coming. It was saying like Monday or something for it to get here. So what type of, no, not just tapioca flour. I'm actually gonna be using Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 baking flour, and it already has the xanthan gum in it, so I don't have to buy that, although I have it. But if the dough already has that in it, you don't have to buy it. That is one of the binders for the flour. So, but welcome in. I didn't mean to just start talking about food right away, even though it's a food and drink thing, but I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you so much. And what I decided I had on hand was stuff to make pasta, and then the 4 main Roman sauces that you'll see that all start with the cacio e pepe, which just means cheese and pepper. And this username, if you speak actual Italian and I butcher the Italian, you feel free to make fun of me. It's okay. I'm doing the best I can with that. So no almond flour. Nope, no almond flour at all for this. So let's see. So what is in this flour is rice flour. So it's got white rice, brown rice, potato starch, sorghum flour, tapioca flour, and xanthan gum. We'll add a little more of the tapioca flour in there. So what's super cool about the 4 main Roman sauces is that they all kind of start with this basic one. And if you talk to people, and the people I know that have gone to Italy, like love Italian food or Italian, for a lot of them, this is their favorite dish that doesn't have any tomato in it whatsoever. No, those are great questions, T. Gomez. I'm still learning about how to do stuff gluten-free because it's really only been in the last year that I've tried to keep away from it. And it's probably only been in the last, maybe 8 or 9 months that I've started really trying to cook things differently with it, less flour, because I do love flour. I love cookies and pies and cakes and bread and cereal and what else? What else do we like that has gluten in it?
All the gluten.
Pasta. Yeah, all the gluten, all the gluten. So, okay, cacio e pepe, cheese and pepper, is kind of like the basic sauce. It literally is cheese, pepper, pasta water. Now you'll see some people add cream or add butter into it. That's not how it was traditionally made. I'm going to try and stick as close to tradition. If I feel like maybe it needs a little butter in it, I might add it, or olive oil. Sono molto bravo in italiano. I think that means I'm doing okay in my Italian. Then the other three that we've got, and I want to make at least one more of those, is pasta alla gricia, which is pasta, guanciale. Believe it or not, I was going through my stuff and I actually have guanciale in my refrigerator because of something we were making a while back, and I used porchetta instead in it. And then we also have the cheese, the pecorino with the black pepper. And then there is pasta. This is one I'm going to mess up, this user. Amatriciana. Pasta all'amatriciana. What do you think? Did I do okay?
I heard llama.
This is probably one of the more complex ones. It's got tomatoes, not potatoes. It's got tomatoes and onions. It's got that guanciale in it, guanciale, and the pecorino in it as well, and the pepper, and then carbonara. Oh, you're using translation. Okay. I kind of taught myself Italian just a little bit. Went to Italy a number of years ago. My gosh, let's see. It was probably close to 15 years ago. And my Spanish, hablo Spanglish muy bien. And then I took a little bit of French. So I speak a tiny, tiny bit of French. I understand more than I can speak it in Italian because it's still a Romance language. I kind of sat and taught myself some of the basics that as a tourist you might want to know, like how do you get there, or where's the bathroom, or what's a good restaurant. So really kind of touristy Italian is what I kind of taught myself. Okay, fourth sauce, carbonara, which still has that guanciale, as well as cheese, pepper, and then we add the eggs to it because that's what makes a carbonara a carbonara. And we are using guanciale because that is what you will typically find if you go to Italy, as opposed to bacon. Or you might find pancetta, which is actually part of the pork belly. And the guanciale is actually the jowl of the pig instead. So that's what I plan on doing tonight. That was a lot of words. But okay, well, good. Then I won't know if my Italian is actually sounding pretty good. But I've heard from other people that I can pick up on the sounds of other languages pretty good. So maybe I'm going to pretend I'm doing okay, even if I'm not doing okay here. All of these are typically served with like a spaghetti or a bucatini or something that is round and long. Because there's a couple of other ones, and I can't remember. They start with T, so I don't remember what they're called, that are like that. We're going to be making our bucatini, and like I said, if for some reason it just turns out terrible, I have spaghetti right here. You love making carbonara. You know, it's been a long time since I made it, and carbonara is one of those things that is a little tricky. It's not hard. It's just one of those, like, am I going to get it right? So we've got that. Yep, thank you. Show some love to Braidwood Beanery if you love coffee. I know you did an interview the other day with someone and I missed it. I'm so sad I have to go back and watch that. But If you love coffee, Mondays on Eastern time. I can't remember what time. Are you Eastern time? Do you remember? Is it
6 Eastern.
6 Eastern time?
3 Pacific, I believe.
And then, yeah, so then check that out. Homemade pasta with Roman sauces. Yes, Master Splits. Violet the Schneider, hello, welcome in, and welcome. I love new faces in here. I love seeing new faces. So, yeah, so great. Hello, Fallen Age. How are you? Okay, if you're just making it in, real quick, was going to do Taiwanese food tonight. Didn't get to the grocery store because it's Texas and we don't know what to do with ice in Texas. So, I lived up north, but I'm not going to get on the road with people who don't know what to do with ice. So we just stayed in front of the fireplace today. So, anyways, yeah, we'll do Taiwanese food again. We'll do it. I think it was called Sambeji. I'd have to go back and look. Which is a 3-ingredient chicken, but I have exactly 0 chicken in the house right now. Otherwise, I probably could have made it. My freezer is full of pork and beef. That's what I got. But tonight we're kind of going almost meat-free other than the guanciale. But if you like bacon, then you will love guanciale. So, you're bored and sick. Well, hopefully you won't stay bored for long. And I'm sorry that you're feeling sick. I hope you feel better. 3 p.m. Pacific on Mondays. Thank you, Bravewood Beanery. 28 degrees there. It was about that today here as well. Right now. A beef noodle soup, the national dish. I will remember that and do that as part of it. I was going to do a chicken that that looks really easy and fun, and most people here know that a lot of times my recipes will have 8,000 ingredients in it. So I'm trying to make them maybe a little more simple when I can, but I still love those things that have like 10 different spices in them. Okay, so anyway, so instead of doing that, I did a turn. We're going to make some pasta, and we're going to do at least 2 sauces, and I, at this point, still haven't decided which 2. I think definitely the cachao y pepe, and then we'll have to decide which other ones we want to make. Maybe we'll make all 4. I don't know. Maybe we'll feel like it, because I'm not making a dessert tonight. So there's that. All right.
Saying that you might be able to be talked into it.
I might be able to be talked into doing more than 2 of these, because I do have almost all the ingredients. I don't have the crushed peeled tomatoes that you need for the amatriciana, but I do have some diced fire roasted tomatoes, and I think that that'll be close enough to make something delicious. Okay. I did want to say thank you to all of you that were here for the last stream and donated to No Kids Hungry. We raised about $350 for them, so that is awesome. That means you as a community have raised almost $1,000 for No Kids Hungry in the last few months. So that is awesome. Hello, Spunk TJ. Hello, how are you? Welcome in. Okay, you have a question for me, Violet. What do you have? What's your question for me? I'm ready. I'm going to be reading this real quick, too, just to make sure I'm doing this right. I know. I hope that you are all right, too, Twilight Wolf. Those accidents can make you feel, for the longest time, and sometimes it sneaks up on you. Oh, yeah, that's true. That is very close to you. Will you be careful, Spunk TJ? Do I remember the first thing I ever cooked? I don't, because I've been in the kitchen. I was in the kitchen with my mom from a very young age. So I'm sure that the first thing I helped her with was probably cookies. But I don't know that for sure. Yeah, I don't know that for sure. So, but probably something in the cookies or the pies. I do remember making, my mom, we would go and pick. We lived on this street, and at the end was this big field that was filled with blackberry bushes. and I would go and pick a bucket of blackberries and bring them home from the time I was like 4 or 5, when it was okay to let your kids go run down the street without parental intervention. And we would come back and we would make these little pie tarts made with blackberries. So I do remember that. Food. I'm glad you're here too. Yes, let's talk about food. All right, so before we get started with any of this, I'm just going to tell you, even though we've been hanging out here, there has been a lot going on, and I'm ready for a drink. Are you ready for a drink? Is everybody ready for Robbie to make us a drink? I didn't have any gin, so I couldn't do a Negroni. So this is somebody made this online. We're going to try it. It's vodka. I felt like Campari. I like Campari with that little bit of sweetness. I mean, Campari doesn't have the sweetness. Campari's pretty bitter. But to add a little sweetness to it. And so we're going to be adding some elderflower, vodka, simple syrup. I need to cut and juice a lemon for us. So let me grab that. So this doesn't really have a name because the person that posted this on the internet just called it the Saint Germain vodka and Campari cocktail. So maybe you guys can help me come up with a good name for this. So that's how I'm feeling. Exactly, Spunk TJ. I'm ready for a cocktail. All right, what happened to my lemon? Oh, we had lemon juice. I don't need to juice a lemon. That's even better.
I was going to say, I didn't think I stole your lemon.
You did not, but I'm going to. My oranges have been used for zest, so they're not very pretty. So I have this citrus, but I don't remember what it is.
It's about the vodka.
It's about the vodka. So we don't really care too much about this over here. So.
Hey, Fajita Phantom.
Even though it's about the vodka. Hi, Fajita Phantom. How are you doing? All right, go. I'm a therapist. There are no stupid questions. And so go ahead and ask your question about the vodka. And I will attempt to answer it if I know the answer. And if I don't know the answer, I'll go, what a great question. I have no idea. Which happens a lot.
This is the Saint Germain.
Yes, so Saint Germain is just an elderflower liqueur. So I do not have Saint Germain because the Saint elderflower liqueur is like 1/3 of the price. So
See, there's no stupid questions.
no stupid questions.
I have to ask about the drinks.
Exactly. And in fact, Robbie even once had to ask what kind of alcohol was in a tequila sunrise.
I don't know what you're talking about, and there's no video evidence of this.
I'm pretty sure there is. Pretty sure there's evidence of that. So no stupid questions here.
Explanation tequila, I believe. We'll get you the footage.
Okay, notice that my stream has a family-friendly tag. Oh, that's a really good question. I guess I never really thought about that as being troublesome for a family-friendly tag.
That's the first it's been brought up, so I think we're okay. It's more of like the content overall.
Yeah, like we try to keep, I mean, I have a sailor mouth in general, but in this, I think it's better to be a friendly place where we're not talking about things that might bother some parents about if their kids are watching or whatever. I'd rather it just be about the food and the drink.
And we're having like a beverage.
Right, and we're not going to do shots or anything on this. So that's a difference. We don't do that.
But that's an okay question.
Yes, there is a big difference between having a drink and getting drunk. So
we're getting there. We're trying to, Twilight Wolf.
Yeah. We're working on it. Yeah, no, because, I know what you're talking about. And some of them you can definitely tell people have been drinking a lot and that they make multiple drinks. That rarely happens here. So I'm never going to let them forget it. This is true, Joyce. you know. He has things he still
Where'd mine
brings
stick
up.
go?
Huh?
I think I need little. You didn't even notice that I took this off and the cork was still in there.
That happens.
That was fun.
What are you trying to do?
Okay, yeah. I thought it was only.
But I don't
half as
think
much
that's
as
a
a simple
stupid
syrup.
question at all. It's actually a really good question, and it's something I didn't even think about. So anyways, so we can have a name for this drink if anybody wants to try and name it.
It's the icy vodka. I don't know. I'm very creative with my names.
What a great try there.
Not really. Well, let's see how good it is first, and then we'll decide how good of a name it gets.
I mean, it's a great question. I'll have to go take a look at the terms of service and see if that is something that's not supposed to be in the under the family friendly tag. So I actually appreciate it. You know what? I am fallible. I am a human. I make mistakes. I don't think of things. And I just assume, and it's the same, you know, I don't look at people and think that they are trying to get something past me, or I always try to assume the best of people until they prove me wrong. So, would you like me to get glasses?
Oh, you're having some? Yes, please.
Are you?
Ooh, fancy.
So we're going to use some coupes for this. And I'm not very good at making the garnishes for drinks. I need a class for that.
Well, you're way better at it than I am. So ice in the drink? No? No ice?
No,
Neat?
I think it's
Okay.
neat. But I don't know. All right. And honestly, oh, by the way, that's Rocky. He's part of my support staff. I wish I could fire him, but I can't.
You can't fire the star of the show,
The
Dana.
star. I did go and get him. I got out in the car just to go get him today because he was at the boarding
What's going on,
place.
guys? What's going on?
We have renovations going on here, not right now. And he's very loud, as you can see.
I'm sorry. There we go. We have a beverage.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm going to go handle that.
Okay. Is it? Oh, kick some Swiss meals. All right. I'll tell you what. You know what? I have a Discord. What I would love to have you put in the Discord is some ideas for some Swiss meals, because I love to try new things. Like, I've never really cooked Taiwanese food before. So, and on here, I do a lot of stuff that's new, and I'm like, I don't know, does this taste right? I try to have it someplace beforehand. But yeah, join that Discord and give me some ideas, because I do have a channel in there for ideas on what to cook next, or what to cook and put on my menu. Oh, he's gonna take a picture of this. You're not really European? Yeah, no, I think it's great. I know. This is my favorite color cocktail, is when it's this kind of coral, peachy coral color. That's the best. Okay. But what you'll see that I do is I tend to not keep it right by me. I keep my water by me, because I wouldn't be able to cook very well if I was doing that. So.
Well, welcome back,
Oh, no.
TJ. We're glad it wasn't longer.
Yep, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back.
We've had our own issues with that on the stream sometimes.
Yes, but look, our mics are working today because Robbie figured something out. There's a mute button on these mics.
That who pushed?
I don't know who pushed the
Oh,
button.
okay.
But you
That's
didn't know.
fine, as long as you're not blaming me.
You didn't know there was a mute button. So anyway, so now we know that if you can't hear us, let's first check and see if the mics are on mute.
So that's why one of the mics wasn't working last week, is
Yep.
it was muted.
You know what? If you don't have tech issues, are you really a streamer? A new camera. So let's see, we started with my phone. Our first few were just with my phone.
That was the camera and the mic.
The camera, the mic, it was everything. And then Robbie got tired of that, so he bought this one, which is just a webcam. And then we weren't happy with the sound from the webcam, so we got the microphones. And then we wanted a wide shot of the kitchen, and I have a backpack with a camera on it, and that's this full one up here. That's our big wide one. So I think that streaming is designed to make streamers buy lots of new stuff. It's like a dark hole because, you know, we started off with like, we got a couple of cameras. Let's stream. It'll be fun. Let's not make it too crazy. We'll keep it simple. It's not turning out that way because now I have this giant monitor attached to my countertop, and we've got a light right here, and we're talking about putting another light out here to put more light in the kitchen.
Maybe another camera.
And part of the problem is I've been a photographer. My first major in college was in radio, TV, and film, so I like the stuff, you know. So there we go. Yep, so we've got a new camera, although it's not new. I've actually had it since the fall, but I think we only set it up maybe about a month and a half ago. Yes, Fallen Age agrees. I'm sure you do a lot of modding, so I'm sure you've seen a lot of people go through that. Like they just keep adding stuff. So anyway, so here we are. Hey, let's make some pasta, shall we? Let's make some. Let's see what this turns out to be. I'm going to do it in the food processor because that's the way this particular recipe says to do it.
We're going to try to measure correctly.
We're going to try and measure correctly. See?
It's very important.
Do you see that, Joyce? I'm never going to live that down.
Nope. That took a lot of work to fix that. But we fixed it.
But you fixed it.
Third of a cup, fourth of a cup. It's all the same, right?
So I tip... What Robbie is referring to there is the time. Robbie usually rolls the pasta out for us when we're making things. And you'll see that on Sunday, because on Sunday we're going to make short rib ravioli. I will not be doing a gluten-free recipe for that. I will be doing the gluten-full with OO flour and all that good stuff when we do that, because this recipe is so worth it. It's so worth it for the pain I'll feel the next day. It's all good. But Robbie usually rolls it out, and I had made the dough, but I had thought I had a half a cup. So I measured based on this thing in my hand being a half a cup, and Robbie's like, man, this dough is wet. And as we were washing the dishes, I was like, oh, hey, that wasn't a half a cup, that was a third of a cup. So yeah. So it was a lot less flour than was supposed to be in it. So that's why it was not good.
But at the same time, having an explanation for it, instead of it just like, why isn't it working?
Yes.
Why is it so wrong?
Yes. Robbie gets frustrated when things don't work.
Just like the microphone thing.
Yes.
I'd rather there's a simple explanation than it just didn't want to behave.
Exactly.
I
totally get
that.
it. Wait, I need the recipe in front of me. I'm not making carbonara right now. Where is my recipe?
Have you counted how much you've put in there so far?
I've put in 1 cup. I need 2. Yeah, I know. So the thing is, we all make mistakes in the kitchen, and even the chefs that are on TV make mistakes in the kitchen. That is okay. All right. That's 2 cups, and this is, the one I'm using is Bob's Red Mill gluten-free 1-to-1 baking flour. Now, if you're using a flour substitute, if it does not have xanthan gum as one of the ingredients on it, you're going to want to add a teaspoon of that. That's a really important thing that helps it bind together. Hello, Elsa. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. So glad to see you. How are you doing?
So many grummies.
Huh?
So many grummies.
So many grummies. If you are not familiar with this purple dog, that is an emote. That is my daughter's dog, Grummy. That is not photoshopped. that is what Grummy looked like at one point because Kelsey decided to dye her purple.
Very nice, Elser. I hope you enjoy playing that game.
It is okay. I'm glad that you're here. That's the more important part. All right. This recipe also says to use expandex. I don't have any in the house, and I am going to try this recipe with expandex as well. I'm also going to try, there's a couple of different gluten-free baking, one-to-one baking things that, baking flours that are supposed to be pretty good. And I kind of want to try them all out to see which one I like the best. So I'm going to play around with this probably one day and I will report back to you. I'll put pictures in the Discord so you can see everything as it turns out. So since I don't have expandex, I'm going to be, which is made from a mix of tapioca starches and flours anyway. I think there's some other stuff in it. I'm just going to use the tapioca flour. Which is 5 tablespoons of that. So Grummy highlight, but not when Grummy was purple. Not when I had to go find a purple dog in the neighborhood. 3, is somebody counting for me? 4.
I mean, I could save that picture somewhere and make a new command for purple Grummy, but it'll just be a photo.
That's okay.
People would swear it's Photoshopped because the other dogs are not purple.
They're not purple because my Bijans were not purple. Otis is still around, but our Fluffy is. She lived a nice life, 15 years. So, all right, I'm just going to pulse this to mix it. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, let's see. What does it want me to do? We need to put our salt, olive oil, eggs, and egg yolks. Okay, so let's get that in there. We need salt, olive oil. Oh yeah, we need this camera, don't we? So you can see what's going on. We need half a teaspoon of salt. That is a teaspoon. All right, I give up. I'm not going to try and get it off of there. Ha, ha, ha. Get that out of my way. We're going to put a tablespoon of this in there. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to turn the water on so it warms up while I have warm water. Because in like, oh, is that supposed to be Monday? I think Monday I'm not going to have any hot water. So is it just a tablespoon? Oh, it's a half a tablespoon. It's like, that's not enough olive oil. And we get our eggs. So this recipe calls, so that's a tablespoon of virgin olive oil. And I'll post the link to this recipe. It's not my recipe. It belongs to, I think, Gluten-Free on a Shoestring is the name. And I'll make sure I post that in Discord for you guys in case you want to try it out yourself. All right, we need 2 eggs plus 2 egg yolks. Oh, it's supposed to be room temperature. How about if we let these sit out for a minute? Because this is definitely not room temperature. I knew there was something else I needed to do. That's okay. It'll probably take 15 minutes for my water to warm up. All right.
We're close to it anyway.
Yeah. You know what we can do in the meantime? We're going to need a lot of cheese, especially if we make all 4 sauces. And all of these sauces, you're supposed to be using Pecorino Romano cheese and not Parmesan cheese. Now, I know a lot of people who use Parmesan cheese in it, but you get a much nuttier flavor with the Pecorino, which I really love. And I don't know what I'm doing, Robbie. I'm just running around like crazy. The other thing is, make sure you're using fresh. So if you make any of these sauces, don't buy the stuff that's in the canister. Don't buy any of the pre-shredded stuff unless it's coming from a fresh place like this, because, and you're gonna hear me say this again because I say it all the time, it has things in it to keep it from melting and sticking together. And you know what we want this cheese to do in our sauce? We want this cheese to melt. And Robbie and I have made enough mac and cheese and cheese sauces in here that the one thing we are now in 100% agreement with is that when we use the pre-shredded stuff, it gets grainy. The sauces get grainy and clumpy, and that's just part of probably all the other stuff that's in there, and we don't have that problem when we shred our own stuff. How many of you shred your own cheese? Your Parmesan, your Pecorino Romano, your cheddar, or whatever other kind of cheese you have in there. How many of you do it yourself versus buying the pre-shredded stuff?
I do it because you asked me to. Spunk TJ says yes. Colin H, no.
It makes a difference. That's all I'm saying. So if you want to put it like in your omelet or whatever, that's one thing. But if you're going to be making a sauce out of it, shred your own cheese. Sliced cheese. Sliced cheese is a little different. Pizza cheese shredded. Yeah. So here's my Pecorino Romano cheese. Romano Pecorino. Which way is it? Pecorino Romano de Lazio. And it says it's genuine. You know, that just reminds me, I don't know why my brain just went here, but I once, can you go turn that on because I'm shredding cheese? I once bought a necklace and it said genuine plastic. Was it a bracelet? Is it? Okay, can you just get the water, the liquid measuring cup, and put about 2/3 of a cup of water in there. Oh, Elsa redeemed puppy cam. You need puppy cam. Okay, let Robbie do this for me and then we'll go do it. Yeah, 2/3 of a cup is fine. Huh? It's fine. It can sit out. I just need it to be warm. But I can't do it until I get those eggs in there. Thank you. All right, puppy cam. We need puppy cam. And Otis is like, puppy cam.
I think the dogs know what that means.
I know, because they both ran. They came running over to him when we said puppy cam. They're like treats. Camera? Puppy cam?
All right, let me turn this back on.
Yep. He's going to take that camera.
Take this away from the pulse.
Meanwhile, I'll just keep shredding cheese. Shredding cheese. Puppy cam. There's Rocky. So I'm expanding my laundry room. And it's kind of hard. When they were doing demo the other day, I had sending Rocky to daycare so that he doesn't bark at people all day long. But right now what they've done is they've done the demo and they've reframed, but I have no walls. And of course that had to happen when it's like 28 degrees in Texas.
At least this week.
At least this week, yeah. And so all that cold air from the garage and my thermostat is right by the laundry room. So the house is really warm. So if I start sweating, because the heater won't turn off, just letting you know. Hello, Brittany. You did come right in time. Hello, Elena Klein. Welcome in. Welcome. So glad you guys are here. I was telling everybody that I changed my plans on what I was going to make tonight because I didn't make it to the grocery store. So I decided to try and make a gluten-free pasta. No worries though, if it doesn't turn out, I do have regular pasta over there that I can just boil up. And we're going to be doing at least 2 of the 4 main sauces that you'll find on pasta in Rome. I know we're going to be doing cacio e pepe, which just means cheese and pepper. So, yeah. And that's puppy cam. Those are my 2 puppies. That was Otis, who is very old. He's going to be 15 this June. What are you doing? It's fine. Oh, now it's not. I don't know what Robbie's doing over there. But all of these sauces have Romano cheese. All of these sauces have pepper in them. So I know I need a lot of cheese. So while I'm waiting for my eggs to go to room temperature, because I wasn't smart enough to take them out before you guys got here, we're going to be shredding cheese. So there we go. Well, hello there. How are you? He's like, but you have cheese, don't you? So we still have a little puppy cam there as he's trying to get cheese. Nope. He said, you're not giving me cheese. I know you won't, so why hang around? Oh, or maybe I'll try. Hello. Can you get down? Yep. Cheese is way better. Yes, absolutely. Sometimes I put it in their food to get them to eat it. Get them to stay eating their own food instead of each other's food, because a puppy needs way more calories than a almost 15-year-old dog.
I mean, he only sleeps about 90% of the day.
Yeah. Not while Rocky was here. He was up more.
No, he was living life.
He's like, there's nobody chasing me around the house. It's awesome. All right. We're going to stay with that. We might need more cheese than that. Come on, look at all that cheese. Look at all that cheese. Yum. So I may have Robbie do more of that. And let's crack these eggs open. Maybe they'll come to room temperature a little faster out of their shells. No, I'm right here.
Sorry.
What's he doing? So we need 2 full eggs. Do you see these? With these beautiful yolks. And then we need 2 that are just, actually let's put that in there because I don't really need the second one. I just need to put all the eggs in here. And then we need 2 additional yolks. There are some people who make their pasta only with egg yolks. They don't use the egg whites at all. And if you ask me why, my answer to that will be, I have no idea. I'll have to do research on that. Maybe somebody out there knows, huh? Cottage cheese is good for dogs. You put cheese anywhere near my dogs, they'll be like, woohoo.
They'll be your
How do
best
I
friend
have
for
3?
at least a minute.
Let's get that off of there. Those eggs are still pretty cold. I'm going to give them a few more minutes here to warm up to room temperature. And you know, we can just keep, there's cheese all over the counter. What am I supposed to do with all this cheese? Here, how about if we feed, can you get Rocky's bowl out? Are you hungry? Do you want some dinner? I'll put some cheese in the dog's bowls. I'm over here, sorry.
Does he need food too?
He'll need food, but can I get this off of my hands? There we go. Now,
Everybody gets cheese.
yes, we should not waste good cheese, right? We should make sure the dogs get the cheese. Yeah. The dogs love it. Meanwhile, also we made cocktails for those of you who just got here as well. With vodka, elderflower liqueur, Campari, lemon juice, and yeah, simple syrup, and there you go. Exactly. Thank you, Brittany. That is the drink. And I love drinks that are this color. They're almost always something I enjoy drinking. Okay. You know what I do need to do is make sure that cheese is nowhere near the edge of the countertop. Oh, are you scamming? You trying to see where can I find cheese? Here, just like fine dining. We'll put a little cheese on the top of your food.
You don't want to have to order the seat.
Oh. You want to see? See, and now he'll eat. He just needed, like when the waiter comes over and says, "Would you like cheese on that?" He needs that apparently. So, all right. It does. I mean, I like Negronis and all those things that have that kind of little bitterness with the sweetness on it. So, hello, Pops. How are you doing? No, ravioli, fancy ravioli. I'm glad you asked that. Fancy ravioli is on Sunday. This was supposed to be Taiwanese food, but I didn't make it to the grocery store. So I said, what do I have? What can I make? And I've wanted to try making gluten-free pasta for a while. So I thought this was a good opportunity, and if you want to watch me mess it up or maybe make a fabulous bucatini, it would, you can be here for that. So that is great. So, so do you guys, what do you think? If I were only going to make 2 of these, and I know I'm going to be making cacio e pepe, should I be making the carbonara? Should I be making, for those of you who just got here, there are 4 main Roman sauces. So we need to look at the other 3, and I want you guys, maybe we can put a poll up, which is the next one that we need to make after the cacio e pepe. We can do pasta alla gricia, which is guanciale and pecorino and black pepper. So it's basically the same sauce, but we're going to add some pork to it, it's like bacon. Amatriciana, which has tomatoes. So it's just like the gricia, but now we're going to add tomatoes to it. Or there's the carbonara, which is the cheese, the guanciale, and we're adding eggs to it. So you want to put a poll up? He's looking at me like, I don't remember how to do that. And I'll spell them out for you and tell you again what they are. Gricia, okay, which is we're going to put bacon, but it's guanciale is what I'm going to be using. Cheese and pepper. So we'll see here. Because we have time. Because we have time. Oh, do you need something from me?
Words.
Okay. So Gricia, G-R-I-C-I-A, G-R-I-C-I-A. Okay. And the next one is Amatriciana, A-M-A-T-R-I-C-I-A-N-A. And then the last one is carbonara. C-A-R-B-O-N, like carbon, A-R-A. Okay? So, uh-oh. Which sauce should we make? Which sauce should we make? Hang on. We're still trying to figure out the poll thing. Isn't this funny? Like all of us new streamers that haven't been doing this forever and we still don't know what we're doing. Okay. Gricia, G-R-I-C-I-A. And we're going to put, it's cheese, pepper, bacon. Oh, you already put that. Amatriciana, A-M-A.
I can type that. Cheese, pepper,
bacon. Although I'm just doing that because guanciale is a little long to spell. Bacon, okay. Amatriciana, A-M-A-T-R-I-C-I-A-N-A. And you can put above with tomatoes and onions.
We did very little to type.
Okay.
See.
Okay, that's fine. And then the last one is carbonara, C-A-R-B-O-N-A-R-A. And that is egg. Cheese bacon. Cheese bacon. Or bacon, yeah. All right.
Egg.
Yep, that's fine. Egg, cheese, bacon. Yep.
All right, there we go.
Okay. There. Now we have it. So which sauce should we make? The griccia that has the cheese, the guanciale, which is like bacon, black pepper, amatriciana, which has also the cheese, the bacon, the pepper, but it also has onions and crushed peppers or crushed tomatoes in it, or the carbonara that is egg, cheese, and the guanciale and the pepper. So, poll is up. Let me know, otherwise I decide. Okay. Although carbonara is yummy. Carbonara was actually, from what I was reading about it, was because it was the, it's what, during World War II when the soldiers were trying to use their egg rations to help make a sauce with the pasta. So, you're mad dumb. Congratulations, Elser. Hello, Mac Attack. You know, we all like different things. That is the way life goes. Hello, how are you, Mac Attack? Welcome in. We're just trying to decide the second sauce that we'll make. I may make a third one. We'll see how time goes, what ingredients I have left, because I'm using what I have in my house since I have not gone grocery shopping this week. So, it sounds like carbonara may be winning here from all of the dumb people in chat.
Oh, there we go.
Is it up? It's carbonara
with 9 votes,
82%. 82%. I mean, I'm thinking that Horsey wanted carbonara, because how else to make people do it than to say, if you do this. So I am in Texas. I'm in North Texas, like a lot of the chefs are, which I didn't know until I started cooking. And all of a sudden I'm like, wait, you live like 6 miles from me. You live like 10 miles from me. So that barking you hear is our velociraptor, our resident velociraptor named Rocky. Always testing the system. So the carbonara is a great dish. We'll see. I will try to not scramble the eggs in it, but I should probably get the eggs out to let them come to room temperature for when we make that, even though it's a long way away, because we still have to actually make the pasta. Okay, these feel pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and dump this, but I'm gonna get my drink out of the way because otherwise I may knock that over. That has happened. I haven't actually knocked my drink over on stream, but I have knocked other things off the counter. Oh, I need to put the eggs in there.
Almost entire cutting boards.
Yes, that too. So we're gonna go ahead and pulse this. I'm gonna read this. Again, this is a new recipe for me, so I just wanna make sure that I'm doing this one right. Until combined. And then we want about half of this. So we'll put about 1/3 of a cup of water in there. All right. And get that mixed together. See how that feels, and we may need to add some more water into it. It's the only one you know, that's why I chose. Why wouldn't you want to see something new? I think they're all delicious. I mean, they're all based on that, on the cheese and pepper base of the sauce. Okay. So now, dough holds together with the food processor on, add more water until everything clumps to one side. So I guess it wants me to just turn this on. That looks like it's clumping on one side, right? Now I'm going to put that in a bowl because it'd be really hard to mix inside the food processor. And you know what I get to play with today that I'm really excited about is my one of my Christmas presents, which was the, see that doesn't need, I don't know that that's going to need any more water. I get to play with my new noodle pasta maker.
The noodleizer?
No. All right, so I think that's going to need more flour because it's really, really sticky. It says, if the dough feels stiff, I do not need any more water in that at all. So I'm going to need your help because look at my hands, Robbie.
You're doing great.
No, I need some help.
You're doing great.
Can you get some of that flour that's in the blue bag there and add some into this mess here? Because the one thing I know is that when you're making the noodles, you actually don't want your dough to be too wet. That was one of the things we discovered when we made it before. More than that, a little bit more than that. I can always add water if I need to. Okay. He's gonna stand here and be my sous chef, adding flour to things for me. It might help if I wash my own hands that now have sticky dough all over them.
Hey, I found cheese over here.
I know there's a lot of cheese. It's not for you.
Is it for me?
No, it's not for you either.
Oh, that's too bad.
All right, let me wash my hands because that's not good. Let's get some of that off in here. I'm so fond. Thank you, Aladdin's girl. I'm glad you were here.
Hi, Aladdin's girl.
Hello, Rebel. And normally, oh, you had a nasty, oh, I'm sorry. How was your trip, Bravewood Beanery? I know you went skiing. How did that go? Or you went to see the snow. I don't know if you actually got to go skiing or not. How was your family trip? I'm jealous. I need a vacation. But instead, I get to do training. Yay. All right. That was a lot on my hands. Hi, you get to see the whole kitchen. Aren't you excited? I always felt bad, like leaving you guys hanging, nobody there. Let's get that out of the way. I still think I need a little bit more of this. Maybe I'll in there, and then put this on here so that we can just kind of knead it a little bit, and then I'm going to let it hydrate. So when you're making pasta doughs or any kind of dough, it's good to let it sit for a little bit to let all of the stuff hydrate. Now this doesn't have gluten in it, so I'm not exactly sure how that, if it matters as much when you're not using grains with the gluten in it. But we're going to let it happen anyway. We want it to be moist, but we want the rest of it. It's still very sticky. Don't you remember how the dough that we used before when we made the noodles, it was really, we were like, but then it made really great noodles.
Yes.
So I think I want this to be not quite as pliable as when we make ravioli. That's what I think. I may be wrong.
As long as it tastes good in the end.
Well, I make no promises of that. That's why we're trying this. Okay. Okay, I need you to get plastic wrap out for me. Da, da, da. So Claire, how are things for you over there in Scotland, right? Is that right? Yeah, it's in an orange box. And let's get this.
Texas tough.
We're going to let this sit for just a little bit while we get the rest of the stuff out to make noodles. Yeah, that's fine. Here we are. It's pasta time. So we'll let that sit. I'm going to clean up my space here a little bit. Unlike the first few times I did a stream and everything was a complete and utter mess from beginning to end. Now it's just a mess at the end unless Robbie starts doing dishes beforehand. And get that off of there. And then I'm going to go get my pasta maker. Oh, if we're doing carbonara, oh, you know what I need to do? I need to get the guanciale out. And I need to crisp that up. Let's do that next. Let's cut that since I'm going to have to be making a carbonara now. Okay. So, guanciale is, like I said before, it is the jowl of the jowl in the cheek. By the way, that is my ice maker that randomly decides I need ice every once in a while. It is the jowl in the cheek of the pig. But it's very much like bacon. It just has like more fat and flavor in it. So, what was that for? I'm going to keep that out because I don't know if we're going to use all of it. So let's crisp that up because if we're going to be making carbonara, what we don't want is flabby pork. Now, I like my pork more crispy. Some people like it to be a little softer. That's probably Robbie. Do you like the way I'm cutting that? I'm sure Robbie's making faces over there. It's not cutting easy.
Look away, puppies. It's dangerous.
We'll go this way. I think. Oh, okay. It's got a thing like on the bottom there.
Is it made of steel?
It's made of steel, exactly. This is also going to give us some really, really nice fat flavor. You pick some banana bread up at the store. Taco truck jelly beans. What are taco truck jelly beans? Please don't tell me they're jelly beans that taste like tacos.
Or you got jelly beans from a taco truck.
I'm okay with that.
I feel like there's a couple different ways we could go with it.
Yes. Well, that's why I asked the question. You like it crispy too? Good. You are Team Dana. I'm glad you're Team Dana. This is very difficult to cut. I've always done this when I've been cooking Italian. I usually do it with pancetta rather than the guanciale, but it's always time to try something new. And again, I randomly had it in my refrigerator. But I think that's because one thing I made when we did the bacon explosion, was that when I used it? When I used the porchetta? Something. I used the porchetta and something else. We also want this to be a much smaller thing than when I'm cutting them here too. So, yep. Oh, you said yep, but we had multiple things here. So they're jelly beans that taste like tacos. Because I'm not sure how I feel about that. How do you feel about that, Robbie?
I'd be willing to try it. I don't think I've ever had such a thing. I don't know if I'd be trying it a second time, though. Kind of like, the spaghetti tacos.
Or macaroni and cheese milkshake.
Yeah, that was way worse.
If you weren't here for that, it was actually pretty funny because Robbie kind of got himself into trouble.
I drank the whole thing.
You did. I don't think you meant to drink it, but then Rusty held you to it, huh? I think your dog wants a water.
My dog?
Yes.
Wait, my dog?
Yes. That's what I said, right? Did I stutter when I said that?
No, we heard you. Watch out, I'm gonna start.
There's nothing better than getting some fatty pieces of pork and using it to flavor your dishes. This isn't the bacon explosion. If you guys missed the bacon explosion, that was crazy.
That's still up on Twitch.
Is it?
If it's not, it's definitely on YouTube.
Bacon and barbecue sauce wrapped in pork sausage, ground pork sausage like a meatloaf, and then
Cooked for like 2 hours.
and then wrapped in bacon and then cooked for 2 hours. It was good. I may have had problems trying to put the bacon around the
Over under, Dana.
over under. Margarita, I'm good with margarita. Churro, yes. Salsa, no. Guacamole, no. Beef taco, no. Horchata, yes.
Are these jelly beans?
Yes.
I'll try all of that.
Okay, Robbie's in.
I'm on the way over. I'll just head up the highway and see you in like 14 hours.
Is it only going to be 14 hours to get there?
At least.
Well, I know it's going to be at least 14 hours. All right, let's get some of that. If we make, do you think? No, because I'm going to cut some more of this. If we make more of these dishes, we're probably going to need more of this, huh? So maybe I'll just cut it all. And if we don't, then I will throw some in my eggs tomorrow. Man, it's like there's casing or something on the bottom of that. Or it's just really, oh, it's hardened fat. Well, we don't want that. We want crispy fat. And this is really, really challenging to cut. And my knife is sharp.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
You've done a lot of shows.
I know it probably does need to be sharpened again. But you don't want a taco about it?
I have a taco cat shirt.
You do. You haven't worn your taco cat shirt.
Next taco stream. Somebody remind me.
Okay.
Taco stream.
You're going to wear the taco shirt. Oh, for the next taco stream. Okay, I was going to say the next stream is ravioli. Let's get that in there. All right, I'm just going to get this in there. We'll do what we can with what we have. Let that render down. I want that fat to really render so that we get really crispy. So I'm going to put this on low heat. Oh, some of it's already starting to crisp up. I need to get the rest of it in there. I wouldn't normally put more in the pan when I've already started, but I'm going to tonight. So we'll get some crispy pieces and some that are maybe not quite as crispy, that are a little more tender on that. So Brock's has the taco truck jelly beans. I'll have to look into that for Robbie. Maybe I'll try one. I'm just thinking Have you tried any of them yet, Aladdin's girl? All right, let's just leave this one out. You can do this though if you want. Okay. Let me know when you try one. Let me know when you try the salsa or guacamole one or beef taco one. I'm sure the others are lovely, lovely flavored. All right, so what I need to do now, let's get this out of the way. And get the KitchenAid out here. Did you know Kenmore has a mixer now that actually has a heating element in it? So when you do your like bread or something, you can let it rise and it'll warm up the bowl. Yeah, it's expensive though. It's like $2,000 for that mixer. So that is a, oh, hey, you're not supposed to be on. You're gonna wait for your daughter to try it?
Good call.
I think it's a good call too. All right, here is my pasta maker. I have the, here, you can't see that. Maybe you can see here. So this is the bucatini thing. I don't know if, it's always hard to get things when you don't have like a ring light, but it's a bucatini maker. And then you do this whenever you get to the length you want and you slice it off. And it worked really well when we did we did rigatoni last time? Yeah, when we made rigatoni. So we're gonna give this a try again. Let all of that cook down. It's looking good over there. All right, should we wait for Robbie? Maybe. I don't know. I may need you. Who knows? I'm debating whether to make a salad. I can make an arugula salad, but I'm trying to think of what I have. I have like apples. I could do some goat cheese, some pecans on it. This is literally this morning I was like, what can I make today? Because I didn't go to the grocery store. All right, let's take a little piece of this. Wrap that back up because we don't want it to dry out. And let's see how this goes. I remember the first round took a little bit of time to go through the machine. Do you remember that?
Yes. It was a learning curve for sure.
My fear is that this is going to be too sticky and might not go through. Anything yet? Nothing. Nothing's coming out, guys. This is not looking good. See how sticky it is?
Very, very sticky.
Yeah. So we may be just boiling up some spaghetti. Let's try putting some more stuff in there and see if that helps.
Oh, it's coming out now.
Is it? Okay. There we go. So you guys know what bucatini is? What I like about bucatini is it's a round pasta that kind of looks like a big spaghetti, but it's hollow in the middle. So the sauces get inside the pasta.
Okay, maybe this one just takes longer?
Maybe.
It's so small but hollow.
I don't know. We'll find out.
How long is this supposed to get?
Like spaghetti.
You got your cutter. You're not going to use the cutter?
I'm holding it so it doesn't stick on stuff.
Oh, you're not ready to cut.
No. It's supposed to be like spaghetti length. That's not spaghetti length.
I eat very short spaghetti, Dana.
Do. Anybody else make their own pasta? You know what I need? Can you come over here and try and keep these from sticking together? Because they're sticking together.
But Rocky's helping.
It's too sticky. I'm going to get the semolina flour.
She left me. I don't have a mic. She left me.
Hang on. I'm not gone that long.
I broke one.
That's okay. We're going to
I really broke it.
put it over here and some semolina flour. All right. Yeah, this dough is too sticky for this, but we're still going to try it.
Yep. Oh,
Do you see how we're...
I lost it to the floor.
Uh-oh.
Where are you going?
Over here. So you can start keeping those, trying to keep those apart as best as you can. Live and learn.
That is not happening.
So, yeah, I think there's a better recipe for the noodles
That has gluten?
that has gluten. Do we want to try that when we're done with this?
No.
No? Because it didn't take that long. These are not the prettiest noodles. I'm just going to put those there. Maybe we'll let this dough dry out a little bit. Come on. Let's go.
It's thinking about it.
This is going to be messy to clean out tonight. I'm betting.
Your turn.
My turn. I mean,
Boy, they just instantly stick.
yeah. I'll pull those over here. Is this fascinating? Just fascinating. Here. Can you guys see?
I didn't even pull it. It fell apart.
That's fine. Just pull them and put them over here. So when we made the noodles last time, the recipe was slightly different than what we used for the ravioli, and it was not as wet. And these are getting just a little, I think the dough is just too wet for this. So I'm going to make a little plate of these, see how they taste, and see if I like that pasta for like ravioli and stuff. But this is not pretty. Over here, kind of like shards. Oh wow. Bucatini shards. And it's very slow. If you notice in the stores, most of the pasta that is like rigatoni, macaroni, and stuff that's gluten-free is made with chickpea flour or what else? It's not made with like, well, some are made with rice flour. So, hey, how many of you have ever made your own pasta from scratch? Any? And if you have, do you have any hints, ideas, things we can be doing differently here? It's very slow. Dude, nope. Fallen Age says, nope, you're on your own, Dana. Robbie has even left me. I don't know that you want this, Rocky. It's just, you know, random pasta dough. It's getting a little better. Probably because the dough is drying out a little bit. And so what I'm doing over here on the other side is I have semolina flour. Which is coarser than regular flour, so it helps the pasta not to stick to itself. You buy the box. I usually do that too, to be honest. We don't make pasta all that often. But man, when you make it from scratch, it is better. There's just not time to always sit and make your own pasta. You know, you got things to do. You got life. So there's this little thing here that's meant to cut as it gets to the right length that I'm not using because I'm just kind of pulling these off as they get to a length I'm okay with. It's riveting, isn't it? It's like, will the pasta come out of the pasta machine? Will it not? Alrighty. You know what I might start right now? I think I might start some water and boil some spaghetti. While that is going super, 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 super slow. Because we're going to need a lot of spaghetti or something for our pasta dishes. Get down, buddy. All right, I'm going to put this one over here. So see, it's real, it's riveting. It is obviously real because it is not turning out. So, disgusting. I don't think it's disgusting. It's just not pretty. It's kind of harsh to say disgusting. Come on, pasta. Get down there. Get going. Don't stick to my fingers. See, I think I could have put a lot more flour in that still. Or less egg. Or no water. Oh, the jelly beans. Oh. you can see. I was about to ask, do you mean my pasta looks disgusting? My feelings may be hurt, but not really. It's pretty hard to hurt my feelings because I make fun of myself enough. But some of this just not coming out the way I would like it to. These are stuck together. See what I'm doing? If they're sticking together, it just goes back in the top, Robbie. I would assume that margarita churro and horchata is the best. Taco is disgusting. See? I don't even have to try it anymore because I 100% trust you on this, Aladdin's girl.
It must be spaghetti taco flavor. That's the problem.
It's morphine bear in here, spaghetti tacos. Okay, anybody got, so I had somebody say Swiss food. What about for March? Anybody else have any other ideas of what you want to see made in March? You're waiting to see how this pasta turns out, then make more pasta, Dana. Guacamole tastes just, see, I just don't know that I want a jelly bean that tastes like guacamole. I really just want guacamole. You know? It's like watching paint dry. Corned beef brisket. Excellent. I can totally do that. I'm assuming you want that because St. Patrick's Day is coming up. What should we make with the corned beef brisket? Because I love brisket of any kind. What are some traditional Irish foods you eat with brisket? Corned beef brisket, that is. Anybody else? This is your chance. Your chance to have a say in the menu. Because this month I used like half of the cooking streams were on what you guys suggested. Otis, that's not your food, buddy. I need a dog wrangler. Hey, not yours. Not yours. My dogs. Now I need more semolina flour, which I will definitely need to get before Sunday, because we definitely need that for the ravioli. La da da. Fried cabbage and potatoes. Ooh, I don't know that I've made that. That might be kind of fun. Come on, bucatini. This is why we may just be doing spaghetti, because this is taking forever. And I wouldn't mind if it was taking forever if they were coming out in beautiful pieces of bucatini. We figured out what this was for last time. You cannot open this to clean it out without this thing here because it gets put on too tight. Anybody else? Robbie, what are you missing? What would you like me to make?
Pizza.
You want to make pizza one night? I know that Darth did a pizza and game night. Would that be fun?
Yeah.
Pizza and games? Pizza jackpot games. Get Kelsey in here to play. What are you looking for, buddy? All right, did you write that down?
I thought you said you were going to remember.
I remember it because you write it down.
Nachos.
Nacho, green brownies. How can you make them green? Nachos are always a favorite. We can do nachos on taco night. We can do, that would be good. They're starting to come out a little longer, but they're still sticking together. The frosting? Okay. We can do that. Do like a whole St. Patrick's Day kind of thing, because you know we're Americans, so let's celebrate. Sorry, I'm concentrating here because now it's coming out so fast. Oh my gosh, some of these just like break as soon as I touch them. Oh, you get to make nachos for dinner tonight? I always like, before I was cooking for the two of us all the time, if I was just home alone, I would get out a bag of chips, melt some cheese sauce, find whatever meat I had left over. It could be chicken, could be steak, could be bacon. Chop up some tomatoes, maybe caramelize some onions, put those on the chips and eat them. There's nothing wrong with that. Did we get bored with the music? I don't know, did we? I wish I could have music that I could dance to without having to pay an arm and a leg for it. You're not talking either, Pops. Are you blaming everybody else? It happens sometimes. Sometimes people are busy. I know sometimes I just lurk and listen and watch. I'm just happy people are here, honestly.
We've also had contractors around recently.
Ooh, that sounds good. You had a contractor? Yeah, so I am redoing my laundry room, and so we have had contractors here. It's very loud yesterday. I gotta tell you, my first 2 days, and I've worked with this contractor before and like him a lot, but I need to get Rocky out of the way. And the first day I went and I took Rocky to daycare, and they were only here for like an hour and a half. And then the second day they came, they were here for about an hour, and then said, we're gonna come back tomorrow and do demo. And I'm like, ugh. But they did demo. We can show you progress photos. I can post those up in Discord, and you can see what it looked like before and what it looks like now. And I'm so excited because it's gonna be twice the size of the laundry room. Your refrigerator water leak is now repaired. That is good. I need to get somebody out to fix the ice maker. You know, because you guys have seen the random ice that it decides I need. Sounds more fun. It's very dusty in the house. And I'll turn the camera around a little bit. You can see like there's plastic in the doorway, and then there's plastic in another doorway, and inside that little vestibule is very cold because I have no wall in my laundry room, from my laundry room to my garage when it's 28 degrees outside. And that makes it very hot in the house because even if I put it at like 60, when they're working, it's still cold in here. But I also know that's just the price you pay to do things like that. What we ate out for probably, what, 5 weeks straight when they were doing the kitchen?
At least.
But now I love my kitchen. I don't hate it anymore. So worth it in the end. You're getting your crawl space encapsulated. Oh wow, that's a lot. Did we ask you before, Pops, where are you located in general? Hey, I have like 3 or 4. Look at this. Look at that. That looks like a real bucatini noodle.
Success.
Yay!
Nailed it.
I did.
Across the water from Seattle.
Okay. I think I did know that you were in Seattle. Or in that areas thereabouts. I forgot. Because my memory is bad. So unless Robbie knows it.
It's the sticky noodles. They stole your memories.
It is.
It's that sticky.
So I'll have to practice with this. I bet if I just used the gluten recipe, these would come out way better. Because the rigatoni, I didn't even have to use any of the semolina to keep them from sticking. They were just really good. But no, they don't get fried in a lump. They get boiled in the water like spaghetti and stuff. Come on. We're getting there. We're getting to the end, Robbie. He's hungry. I can tell. He's just staring.
Food.
Food. Food. All right, so we're going to do the carbonara. But first we're going to do the cacao pep. Cacao. Now see, I can't even say it anymore. You know why? Because I haven't had enough water. And I have a dog over here who's trying to figure out, what are you doing? Now they're falling apart again. I had like one good round of these. This is when a pasta dryer comes in handy, where you can hang the pasta up. See, they're not the prettiest. We got a few in here that are pretty. Just keep putting them back in until we get them pretty. Most important part is, are they tasty? That's what I'm wondering. Can you store fresh pasta? Yes, you can. You can put it in the refrigerator or you can freeze it. I freeze my pasta a lot. Like when we make the ravioli on Sunday, that makes a lot, and we do not eat it all. So I put it in the freezer and then we eat it another time. And it's still really good the second time around, right, Robbie?
Very good.
See, I made sure he knew what the right answer there was. I always promised him, I said, if I'm asking you your opinion on something, I'll tell you if there's a right answer and a wrong answer to it. Somehow. Does that mean? Probably.
You're very tall all of a sudden. That is not the approved device, ma'am.
It is not, I know. So what I do when I freeze pasta is I freeze it in a layer so it's not sticky. If you don't do that, if you don't freeze it first like on a sheet baking sheet or something, it will all freeze together in a big clump. So you want to put it like, I put a cookie sheet, I'll put layers of parchment paper, I will stick it in the freezer for maybe an hour, and then I take it out and I put it in freezer bags to store it the rest of the time. But you don't want to just stick it in there in a big clump, or what you'll get exactly that when you try to take it out. So be careful of that. The semolina flour helps keep it from sticking. It helps dry the pasta out a little bit. And we're only going to do this for a couple more minutes here. Then we'll get on to some of the good stuff. Because it's just, sticking together. I think that's enough. I think I'm done with this right now. We're going to see how that turns out. I don't know why I just put that back in there, just to make it harder to clean. Because that is not going to be fun to clean later. But that's okay. That's more or less Robbie's problem. I'll help, though. I did help last time. Before we do this, because this is only going to take a couple of minutes to cook, let's cook some spaghetti. And let's do our first dish with the regular spaghetti of cacio e pepe, cheese and pepper. Cheese and pepper, and a little bit of the water. I also want to take this out of the oil. But I was busy. Parmesan. What was Parmesan? In with the noodles? No, this is semolina flour in here. This is guanciale in here, because we're going to do carbonara as well as cacio e pepe. And the typical cheese that you use to do it authentically, the way they do it in Rome, is you want to use, the cheese you want to use is Pecorino Romano, and not Parmesan. You can make a perfectly wonderful, delicious, lovely dish with Parmesan, but it won't be the authentic recipe. So that's what's cool about this. If you've got Pecorino Romano, pasta, and pepper, you have a meal. You have a true Italian meal. You add some guanciale to it. Then you have, which one do you have? You have, you add guanciale to it. Then you have pasta alla gricia. If you've got all of that, and you add some onions and some crushed tomatoes in there, then you have amatriciana. And if you start again with the cacio e pepe and you add eggs to it, then you have carbonara. So that's it. Thank you. Do you speak Italian? I don't. I speak food Italian, and I can say, things like dove è il ristorante, which I guess technically is still true, is still about food. Because where's the restaurant? You're Spanish? Okay. Carbonara isn't fried. No. So what you do with carbonara is you make the pasta, and then you have the eggs beaten, and then you add the eggs into the hot pasta so that they cook. And the trick is, don't scramble the eggs while you're doing that. We just want them to cook. And then I'm going to tell you from the recipe that I have, okay? Oh, this one also wants garlic, but that's not what you typically put in it. But we can put some garlic in it. Do we want some of that in there? So you saute the bacon and the garlic, so we'll put some garlic in here. I did not use bacon because in Italy, instead of bacon, they typically use guanciale, which is Again, you've heard me say this, so excuse me if you've heard me say it 20 times, because I probably have. It's the jowl and the cheek of the pig. And then you are going to put the eggs and half the cheese in. And let's see, add once the water's reached one, dry pasta, cook and cover, roll and boil. Yeah. You're going to move the pasta into the sauce, which is what I've seen done before. And from the pot to the bowl quickly. This one isn't the same as the one I did before. So, black garlic all the way. I don't have any black garlic, so it'll just have to be regular garlic all the way. So no, but carbonara is where you're taking it and you're cooking an egg in it. And it was kind of a marrying of, came to be really popular during World War II when American soldiers had eggs as part of their ration. So they're trying to make according to Wikipedia. I have pasta underneath my nails, guys. Let's get rid of that. My nails are too long. I don't like long nails on me. Ooh, our pasta water is beginning to boil here. Oops. So while that's happening, let me grab some garlic. You can have a perfectly nice carbonara without garlic. I'm going to do it over here real quick. And then I'm going to add that guanciale back into some of it back into the pan. I'm going to reserve a little of it in case we decide we're going to make something else. Is that water boiling yet? Can anybody see? I count on everybody else to do my work for me, which is just wrong. It's just wrong with me. Let me get this garlic. What's interesting is that this is the first recipe I've seen on these main Roman sauces that has garlic in it. But I'm just so excited when you can see like a basic sauce and then see, ooh, these are different ways I can zhuzh up my sauce. You know? You had a failed experiment last night. A blood orange radish and green onion chili reduction. It did which one? Did this one do something? Oh, that one did. Oh, Robbie did it. Robbie's admitting to doing that. All right, I'm gonna put this back in here and let that go. And once that heats up, I'm gonna get this garlic back in there. And my pasta water is boiling. I haven't put salt in that yet, have I? So you want some salt in that. Make sure you're salting your water when you're cooking your pasta. It has really 100% to do with taste. And I need to get some eggs. This one is a really lot. So I'm not going to do this full recipe here, because this one has me having 3 to 4 whole eggs. We'll do 2 because it's just me and Robbie. And get that in there. Come on. And just wait. It'll go into the water. It'll all work out. I left the eggs out, which is good. Let's get those ready. To go into our pasta. And then I'm going to get this bowl out because I'm going to we're going to cook this pasta and get this done over here. Put this in here, or I'm sorry, not put that, put the pasta in here. And then we're going to get it all coated in what's in here, and then we're going to put it in this bowl and add the eggs and the cheese. A little pasta water too. Do you know why? You guys all know why? I think this is a really important thing that they didn't teach us, or I didn't learn when I was younger, about putting pasta water in with your sauce that you're making. That is important because it helps, because it's got it's a starchy water, and starch is sticky, right? And so when you add that to your sauce, it helps the sauce stick to the actual pasta. So it doesn't just slide right off. Because don't you hate it when you get a mouthful of pasta and there's no sauce on it? Come on, why did you stop boiling? Boil. We've got this going over here. And I want you to look. Now, I could add a little olive oil to this, but I want you to look at all of that lovely fat. Pork fat. It smells good, does it not, Robbie? Doesn't that smell good?
It smells very good.
Okay.
Should let me know there was a right answer again, guys.
And I want this to cook and get fragrant, but I don't want it. I'm going to turn the heat off. I don't want that garlic to brown or burn. We're also going to add some pepper to our carbonara too. So yes, you over sauce everything. Yes, starchy water. So the starches from the pasta leach out into the water, so it has a lot of the starches that help the sauce stick to the thing.
Oh, Kelsey!
Oh, hi, Kelsey!
Kelsey Lewin cheered. X500. Hi, Robbie.
Hi, Kelsey.
Don't worry, it's only the tricky part.
It's so much tricky part.
We got to wait for that pasta to cook, and then I will guide you through the rest of this. That was a loaded yes. But you know what? I love Kelsey, and I get to go sit and have my lovely drink. So actually, while he's waiting for that pasta to cook and get to al dente,
What am I doing?
he's going to make a drink.
Wait, what?
Why don't you make a drink?
I'm making a drink?
Make us drinks while you're waiting for your pasta to cook, because it still has...
No, this is perfect timing. What are you talking about?
No, Kelsey needs to get her money's worth. So, Kelsey, I have no gin in the house. I don't know when you got here. You can do drink, command drink. So this is a vodka Campari, elderflower, lemon. I'm going to get out of here. Lemon and simple syrup drink. You know, the one thing is Kelsey does this and then I'm not in the frame. Is that because she doesn't want to see me?
You're allowed to be in the frame. You don't have to go sit down.
So, you know what drink I really love, Kelsey, that you made was that Bichon Frise with that elderflower and the grapefruit juice and vodka. That's so good. So we're going to let Robbie make, his drink is empty, so. I think it's over here, right here. So we're going to do that. What's the springy thing for? Oh.
Way too much. Where are you going? I'm not 7 feet tall.
The springy thing, do you mean the thing for the cocktails? Do you have the I can't even think of the name of it. The strainer.
I do have the strainer.
So show Pops, because I think he's asking about that.
Yeah, so this is the strainer.
And the reason it looks like that is it fits when you set it down on those. It fits and it covers the whole thing. So like if you've got ice or you have shaken it with like mint or fruit or anything, when you strain it out of the glass, you don't get any, strain it out of the cup into the glass, you don't get any of it in your in your glass.
Oh, but I do need to take that off while I'm still pouring.
It's a good idea. So,
Let's see, what
so
can
awesome.
I add to change this?
Hey, did you know that we are 82% towards our goal for me having to make that Milk Bar birthday cake?
Oh, that's right, because the 500 just now.
Yeah.
Very close. That's probably going to happen.
Have you guys ever seen the Milk Bar cake? Do you know what that looks like? I'm going to show you, because look, I know how to do tech stuff now. Oh, no, I got to hit the eyeball. There we go.
Oh, she figured it out. That's too bad.
Look at that. Do you see that? I will have to attempt to make that, although I reserve the right to bring in a ringer to help me.
Wait, other way.
Ta-da! If we reach our sub goal, we're going to make pork belly sliders.
Those look amazing, too.
Are those cookie dough lumps in the cake? I don't know. I've never made it before. So I'm not really sure what's on top of that. It's a great question,
Where'd my
Pops.
simple syrup go?
I don't know.
Still in the fridge.
Yeah. So there we go. Those are our things. I know. We're almost there. We're almost there. But my friend Melissa, who was here the other night eating tacos with us, she has made that cake before. So she said she would help me so that it will actually look like the cake when we're done. And not like...
And not something.
Because baking and making things look pretty that I bake is not my specialty. She is not a baking specialist. She's just made that particular cake multiple times. I do have a friend, though, who is an amazing baker, makes beautiful things, and I'm trying to convince her to come on. I know that Gideus, who's in here a lot, his girlfriend, I think it's his girlfriend, wants to learn how to make macarons, and my friend makes the most delicious macarons. You know that's your drink, right?
I do.
Oh. Did you know it's rude to pour yours before mine?
You literally took it to go take another drink instead of handing it to me.
Well, my arm
We
wouldn't
need a
have been long
camera
enough.
for that when she's over there.
Nah.
She's being sneaky. She's accusing me of things.
All right, are you going to check your pasta? I'm going to check the pasta.
I'm not a professional streamer. I am capable of one thing
Nope,
at a time.
and that is not what
And
you
even
have to
that's
do.
questionable. Sometimes it's zero.
I can't
Well,
get that
a
out
lot
that
of the
way.
time it's zero. But ta-da!
Ta-da! But that's his regular job, so we
Well,
need to
this
make
is
sure
a mess. Our drinks are going to be really sticky now. And
All
just like that.
This one's on?
Yes.
We got about a minute or so left on the pasta. Remember that when you're making pasta, you want it...
That was a tough 5 minutes, guys.
Nope, you're gonna make the pasta for Kelsey.
I made a beverage for her. I'll make another one.
Why are they so, check the record, why are they so expensive? Because Milk Bar is a kitschy thing. It's like a trendy thing in New York. And they've done a lot of promoting and stuff, and it's more expensive.
So what am I doing?
Oh, macarons. Why are macarons so expensive? Because they're
tough to make?
tricky. They're tricky to make.
So just labor
And
intensive.
again, they're trendy.
So what am I
You
doing?
don't see a cocktail in your hands. Well, we bought you that thing for your bar.
But yeah, try the pasta. That might show up in her hands. So what am I doing? You have to at least tell me what to do.
Check the pasta and see if it feels like it's almost done.
It's in boiling water.
Okay, I gave you a tongs over there.
I got it.
Okay, try it.
Well, it's hot.
Yes. Go ahead and try it. It's not that hot.
Yeah, she says that, and she eats things at like 10,000 degrees.
Is it that hot? Does it feel like it's almost done?
It needs another minute.
Okay.
That's a little too chewy.
Okay, just remember.
Whatever's above al dente.
Remember, it's going to continue to cook in the other sauces.
Okay, then we'll call it good, because I can at least eat that.
Okay. All right, so you need to drain that. But wait a minute. First, take something and save a little bit of the water that's boiling in. That would be perfect, but dump the other water out. So save some of that.
Can I
You
put
order
this right
ice in
in
your-
there?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Is that enough? More?
I'd do a little bit more, but you probably won't need more than that. That's fine.
Okay.
Set that aside.
Pasta water reserved. Strainer. Should be clean now. Turning faucet off. Oh, she got that. I'm on camera. Darn it.
He was trying to hide, but now he's shown me how to do this stuff, so I'm practicing.
Mistakes were made.
You order ice in your coffee because you refuse. You know, when you just are cooking so much, things don't even burn your fingers that much anymore.
Is this going back in here?
Yeah. Now what you're going to do is you're going to throw that in to that pan with that grease, with all of that good stuff.
Right
in
now.
there. Right now. Throw it in there. All
Let
right.
go. Let go. There we go. Oh, I guess that burner can go off, huh?
Yes. Oh, see? Oh, not as easy as it looks to remember to turn things off, is it? And get all that pasta coated, and then you're going to stick it in that bowl.
Here.
We want the other way, don't we? That way. There we go.
Much better.
Look, I'm learning. Everybody, aren't you impressed at my tech skills over here? Because you should be.
All right, so that's thoroughly mixed.
I was just about to do that. Thank
One
you,
day we'll
Fallen
just
Age.
have a button for you.
I mean, we need to set that up. Let's see here.
Okay, that's mixed.
Okay. Just waking you up.
Is that for me? You're screaming at me?
All right, so that goes in the bowl.
This goes in here now?
Yes,
This is.
I know.
Did you want to change the camera? Or I can just move that, I guess.
Oh, I need to give you the camera. Wait a minute, where is the camera down here? Which one is it?
Keep going.
This way?
Well, there you go.
There we go. Everybody else could see you. You just couldn't.
I'm aware.
All right. So you're gonna put the eggs and about a half a cup of cheese in there.
Eggs.
Oh, actually, you know what you want to do first? Let's temper those eggs first. Okay, we're gonna temper the eggs so we don't scramble them. Do you remember that? So you're gonna do this. We're gonna warm those up. And then this has the added bonus of adding our starchy water to our thing. Now you're gonna pour that in there with half a cup of cheese. And once that cheese is melted, you're gonna put another half a cup of cheese in there.
All the egg.
How's he doing, everybody?
All the egg.
But the Otis view.
All the egg?
All of it. So basically we're using that oil and the eggs to make a creamy emulsified
So how much
sauce.
is half a cup of cheese?
I'll take a handful. You are doing good. Fallen Age says you are doing good. Yep, now fold that in there. Get that cheese melted. You're doing so good.
I think it melted. More cheese?
I would put another handful just like you did of cheese in there. Here we go. Hey! Thanks for the follow. All right.
And then more cheese?
I think we'll taste it. What do you think?
But don't you want some? Because if
I
I
do.
taste this, it's just going to disappear.
Well, we're going to put it in a bowl so everybody can see what it's supposed to look like.
It is in a bowl.
No, I mean in another bowl.
Oh.
All right, you ready? Let's taste it first. So we put that hot pasta and the water and stuff in there because then that cooks the egg.
Was that 5 minutes already? It flew by.
I think it was more than 5 minutes.
I need to get a clock.
Nah, we eyeball it.
You twisted it the wrong way. Deborah would not be pleased.
Put that
I'm
in
kidding.
there. I know you're kidding.
Mostly. I think she did say something like that, though.
She said that to mess with you.
Oh, well, that would have been nice to know at the time, because I thought she was serious.
All right, some of that it's at the bottom here, and since I'm not going to plate all of that right now, let's get some of this. And then we're going to get all right, how does that look? Does that look good? This looks good. We need forks.
That's right. That's a raw egg fork. That won't work.
Huh? Oh yeah, we don't want that.
He's contaminated.
All right, there you go.
You know, that was there for a specific reason.
Oh. Are you gonna take a picture?
Yummy!
I can take a photo. I can do that.
I'm gonna eat some. And then we can put a little bit of that on the top too.
Did you want it with a fork? Is that okay?
Sure. That's how you eat it, right? Isn't it sad that we're so concerned with how does our food look to make sure that when we put it on Instagram or on Discord, it looks pretty? I'm gonna taste it and see if it's as good as it looks.
Hi, Otis. You just left your beverage over here unguarded.
I'm gonna pay for this tomorrow because this is
Let's go ahead
gluten.
and lower that back down for you.
You gotta try that. This
Look out,
isn't
look out.
gluten-free. This is the gluten. I'm gonna make the gluten-free when I do the cacao pepe, which I'm gonna do here in a second.
Well, it looks really good.
We may use that pan again if I decide to make the amatriciana. So, oh, you got caught with the news? I mean, I understand. I do understand. All right. Isn't that nice? I like it because it's so simple, and if you're using good ingredients when you do it, you don't need a lot of stuff.
It is really good, really tasty.
All right, I got to boil some more water, and we're going to make our gluten-free pasta.
It was worth all of those minutes I had to spend helping out.
So this next one is going to be even easier than this one.
I don't think it gets any easier, Dana.
It does, because this next one is just Parmesan cheese and pepper. Or, I'm sorry, Peco Romano and pepper. But we're going to use our gluten-free pasta for this one.
Boo.
Boo.
Boo. It is the fresh
you got
made,
a lot.
though.
You got a lot of carbonara over there. You get to eat. I'm going to eat a couple of bites because I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm allowed to have more of this?
Oh yeah. But I got another thing coming that you gotta taste.
So don't fill up.
Pasta is always great. I would say I've had pasta that has not been great, but if it's done well, it's always great. You know, what are your guys' favorite pastas? I remember growing up,
It's very messy.
and I haven't made it in a very long time, but one of my favorite things is like cannelloni with a bechamel sauce on the top. I want to make that next month. You're gonna have some gorgonzola tomorrow. Gorgonzola's so good. Yeah, but sometimes you gotta have things that your stomach hates anyway.
But if you think this looks good, just wait until Sunday, guys.
So it is whole eggs for carbonara. I think that there are some people who use just the yolks, but we use the whole eggs. And what you missed was that I used that pasta water that was still hot. And I didn't. Robbie used it to temper the eggs before we put it into the pasta, so it didn't curdle in the pasta, but instead made this nice creamy sauce that went with it, right? So that's, bechamel. Yes.
All of that sounds
I don't
really
think
good.
you can overdo bechamel. I love bechamel. Mushroom ravioli. You cannot overdo bechamel. I'm just saying. I love that. So maybe we'll do that next month. But I'm going to tell you right now, the ravioli that we're making on Sunday,
Will be amazing.
it's time consuming. But basically what we do is it's a short rib ravioli. So we what's the word? Braise the short rib. And then we use that braising liquid to make just this creamy, unctuous, lovely mushroom sauce. So.
Will that be our second or third time to make that?
I think we've made it 3.
With the brisket? Mm-hmm. We've made homemade ravioli a few times, but.
Yeah, no, we've made
Okay.
this a few times.
And it was really good.
Yeah. It's just so good.
Also,
we're gonna
you
do
can
that.
talk me into helping make and eat lasagna any day. That is one of my all-time favorites.
So I think we've made lasagna on the stream.
It's been a long time. That was one of your very first ones.
It was. But what we could do is, I've got a lasagna that's still really, really delicious, but it's a little bit healthier for you because you use a mix of meat and mushroom instead of just meat for it. And that's really good. We could do that. But yeah, I mean, if gluten didn't hate me, I could eat lasagna a couple of days a week. Ooh. So we could do moussaka.
Moussaka.
That would be a good thing. So what else? What are your guys, it is Greek. So moussaka is Greek and it's more eggplant based. But it is really good because you still have those really good sauces and stuff in it. So your favorite sauce, your favorites. Because I think what Pop said, mushroom ravioli.
Definitely saw that.
Yep. Anybody else? What are you in lasagna? I'm hearing lasagna, Elser.
Yeah, that's one of your very first clips is the lasagna coming out of the oven.
We could do that again. We could do lasagna again. Nightshades make you slightly sick. Yeah. That's true for a lot of people. They don't. But I made, the other night I made eggplant parmesan. It was so good. If you make it right, if you make eggplant right, it's really creamy. It comes out really creamy. So it was like breaded, and when you cut into the breading, it was just like creamy on the inside. You probably wouldn't be able to tell it was that it was eggplant. So
we're just waiting on the water to boil?
we are waiting on the water to boil. Although we can start the sauce, although it's really not a big deal.
Why is it not a big deal, Dana?
Because
Explain.
it's cheese,
Cheese?
the pasta water,
and it's
and
the
pepper.
cheese that's already grated?
Yes. So really all I need to do, because now you're going to have another bowl probably, is once the pasta's cooked, is throw it in a bowl with all of those ingredients. So broiled eggplant yogurt dip. Interesting. So you broil the eggplant and then you make a dip with yogurt on it. So kind of like a, I'm gonna blank on the name. It's not hummus, it is, Sona, are you in here? I need your help. This is something you make. But there's a really good dip that you make that with. And I should get my friend Sona in here too, because she makes Armenian food that is out of this world. I'm like I'm always so blown away when people make something new that I've never tasted, because, you know, especially when they're just so amazing. It is called.
I have no idea.
Me either. Not off the top of my head. I'll hear it and I'll go, that's it.
I'll start Googling dishes.
It's just eggplant dip. If you do that, it'll come up. So, all right, other pasta dishes. I'm going to do cannelloni next month. And I'm going to go find the little things that I used to get the cannelloni in. And it was like...
And it's not baba ganoush?
Baba ganoush.
Thank
Baba
you, Google.
ganoush. Thank you, Robbie.
No, Google. That's all Google.
Oriental wrap one day, and it was eggplants grilled with halloumi, falafel, fries, and a yogurt dip. I mean, honestly, that sounds awesome. But I don't know that I'd call that an Oriental wrap, because that sounds more like Indian food, maybe. With that, but
Either way, it sounds good.
yes, and it's so funny. If you go in the Discord, Blondie put some dishes up with grilled halloumi, which kind of inspired me to look at some halloumi dishes, which is a great cheese because it doesn't melt very fast. And you get it in blocks, and so it's a really good one to like grill, or you can put it on the stove and cook it on the outside and get like some nice browning and flavor on the outside without the cheese completely melting on you. So normally I like melty cheese, but if you're gonna grill something like a cheese or cook it as part of the main part of the dish, you don't want it to melt. You want it to get maybe a little creamy on the inside, but you don't want it to melt and fall apart. So that was it. That's how you did it, because I don't know how to call it right. Yeah, I would say that it was like, it sounds more like it's like Indian food, like an Indian wrap of some sort. Well, we'll have to look that up. We'll have to figure out what that is, because that sounds actually amazing. Like grilled eggplant, and if you grill your eggplant right, it's got that creamy texture to it and not that funky, spongy nastiness that it is when it's raw. Halloumi is an awesome cheese. Falafel, fries, yogurt dip. I mean, hummus. Yes, and hummus. I love hummus. I need to get better at eating hummus with vegetables, because I like to eat it with pita bread. Because, as I've said before, I love gluten.
Just a little.
Yeah. And I just love bread, because you know what the cool thing about bread is? There is no place that you can't find like a bread that's a traditional thing for that place. What would you call American traditional bread?
Bread.
Wonder bread. That's the unhealthy stuff of America. Ratatouille. Oh, so good. I could do that. I make a really pretty ratatouille.
Will there be a little creature under your hat helping you?
Maybe. There'll definitely be little creatures on the floor trying to help me.
Yes, that's for certain.
All right.
So you think you're ready to...
Yeah, we'll come over here.
I'd move this one.
Okay. Well, now they get to see it from multiple angles. So this, again, is not the prettiest bucatini, but really we're just trying out, is this pasta, gluten-free pasta, worth it?
Oh, we're not trying to see if it floats?
If it floats? No. I'm just trying to get as much of the semolina out of it as I can. So we don't have a pot of semolina.
Kind of looks like sand. Well, it must be looking or smelling good because you got Rocky's attention.
He's just like, you've got food in your hand, I know it. Give me some. So, not the prettiest bucatini in the world. Not even the prettiest bucatini in this neighborhood. I'm trying to get it in there as fast as I can, but now there's just too much semolina I can't get.
Well, it was very sticky. It was kind of needed.
Looks a little bit more like a spetzel or something. That's so funny you said that. I didn't even see that you said that. Yes, it does look a little like spetzel. I'll just keep eating my gluten over here. I'll pay for it tomorrow. Great minds think alike, TJ. That's all I can say. Hey, on my list of things to do, can you write down that I need to contact little Miss Nikki?
List.
Whatever
Where's the
list you're
list?
writing stuff on. Like things people are saying to cook. So, it's pasta. So, Spunk TJ, is there something German that you want me to try and cook in March? We've got some Irish fare with corned beef that I'll get on my thing. I know we're gonna be doing tacos. Is there something you should think I should try? I mean, I could look through my mom and my grandma's recipes. Sounds? What are we doing? Oh, okay. If you're saying anything, I have no idea what you're saying. Because Robbie is taking over my chat.
It's raining tacos.
That was really loud. Sorry.
That was very loud. That's my favorite taco song. All right. Don't watch me.
We'll watch you. Hang on. We'll make sure that we're watching you. There we go. We're watching you now.
Well, now I'm not going to shove food in my face. I think this pasta's just probably about done. See how it's all floating? Let's just double check. I don't really know what gluten-free pasta is supposed to be like. Homemade pasta is so much superior to dry pasta.
Even though it's gluten-free, huh? It's the winner?
Yeah,
And that was without sauce.
that is just so tender. Still has a little bit of a bite to it. And by bite, I mean like chewy. Actually, I don't think I need to put that in the other bowl. I'll just
So you
put it
didn't
back
need to
in
save
here.
any of the water?
Oh, well, yeah, I did.
You didn't
Guess
drain
what?
it too bad. It should be okay.
But you know what? I can put a little olive oil in it. Olive oil is not traditional in this. It's like, let's see here. Did you ever do grunkel? Kale. I've done kale. I don't know exactly what that is. You know what?
Popscockles cheered. X500. Hello again, Robbie.
It's going to be super easy for you.
Except that it's me.
Yes.
So you never know.
This is pretty easy. So you need to put some cheese in there, and you need to put black pepper in there.
Two things? Boy.
And then you need
Thanks,
to,
Pops. I mean, we do appreciate it. Okay,
Couple of-
so a couple handfuls?
Couple handfuls.
We'll do some, and then where'd my stirrer go?
Your stirrer?
My stirrer.
I think we call that a spoon here.
Spoon, stirrer. Some of us are professional. Boy, where is my head?
So, thank you, Fallen
Thanks,
Age.
Fallen
Fallen
Age.
Age 31 cheered. X500.
Guess what you're making else
Hello,
on
Robbie.
Sunday besides the...
Oh my gosh. Well, I
Yep.
got to see. It may not be on Sunday because that's going to take a long time, but maybe we'll do it on Thursday. I have to get with Melissa and see when we can do that.
Well, either way, you have to make it. You have to
And
make
then
it
you
now.
need a lot of pepper in there. You need a lot of pepper in there.
Thank you, Fallen Age.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, there were no onions tonight
No,
to
there
chop.
still may be onions because we still may make another a dish. Another
It's
dish.
a good thing that my face is not on camera right now. What? Well, they can't even... Whatever.
What?
It's fine. It's fine.
All
All
right.
right, more cheese.
More cheese. You also need pepper because this is
And more
cacio-
cheese.
This is
more
cacio-
cheese! Oh, it's
This
raining
is
cheese.
cacio e pepe.
I'm in control now.
Okay.
So which pepper?
The gigantic,
gigantic-
pepper. Now this is a tricolor pepper. Traditionally, you would just
Look at
use
this.
black pepper. This is black, red, and white pepper, and some green pepper too. It looks like.
So pro tip,
Take the bottom off.
take that off the bottom.
Yeah.
And then what?
Then you put pepper in there.
How much pepper you want?
I'm glad you're doing that and not
How much
me.
pepper? I haven't heard a
Until-
win
Until it looks like it's enough.
until I have to start sneezing.
Stir it, taste it, see if you need more.
No.
Yeah, yes. This is what you got to do. Everybody telling me needs to. He
It
needs to
smells
taste it.
really good. Okay, more cheese.
Don't eat all the cheese because I think I'm going to do the amatriciana, or we can just do the gricia and you can just add the.
I might have spilled some on the floor, and Otis is very happy right now.
Okay. So right now this is cacio e pepe. So let's take a little taste of this and see how this tastes. And then we're going to have Robbie make pasta alla gricia. So let's not put it in there yet. Let's just taste it in here.
Oh, sorry.
How did he get his hands dirty?
Is
I
it
think it
good?
needs more pepper though.
More pepper.
Uh-huh.
So, lid.
You want this to taste like cheesy goodness with that bite of the pepper. By the way, I made a sauce like this just for roasted cauliflower the other night. So if you want to do, so Pops, you were asking about vegetarian dishes. I haven't done a whole lot of that on this channel. But I do try to do a vegetarian dish a week at home for us to eat. And the other night we did a roasted cauliflower and roasted it till it was a little charred in the oven. And then did a sauce very much like this. It had a little butter in it as well. So it had butter and olive oil and then the pecorino romano and pepper. Oh,
What do you
so
think?
good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, that's much better. Oh.
So you're going to plate?
So now, so this is a dish right here. This right here is cacio e pepe. Now, Robbie's going to add the guanciale to it.
All of this?
Yep. And lots of, yes, exactly, Spunk TJ. Now, when we do this, and that is all we added the guanciale. Now it is called pasta alla gricia. Okay? We're gonna taste that. And these noodles are a little more spetzel-like than they are pasta-like. They're still good. And we used all of our guanciale fat, but you could add a little bit of that in this as well.
It's really good.
Now, you want to make another dish from this?
So not putting it in here.
Not yet. Let's go with the next one. See, this is a little sticky. It's not real pretty pasta just because it's kind of sticky.
So you don't need any pictures yet.
You can take a picture of that if you want.
In that? Mm-hmm. Okay, hang on.
Guess what, Pops? He's going to have to chop an onion.
What?
Just for you. We're going to do pasta alla matriccia. So now, Robbie,
Yes, Dana.
you're going to chop about half that onion. This is not exactly the
How did
order,
chopping end up with the pasta? What's going on?
because we're going to make pasta alla ciccia. Where did the knife go? Is it there? Yeah, it is. Feels balanced once again.
Whoa.
All right.
Whoa.
There you go.
Careful. Just throwing that knife at me. Okay, chopped. Done.
All right, so let's do half of that onion.
Oh, I'm not done?
No,
Do I have to take off the stuff first? Yes.
I mean, unless you want to eat it.
I don't have a trash bowl.
No, but there is a trash can. Or you can get a trash bowl if you want.
Boy.
It's so good to sit on this side every once in a while. Woo, ooh, ooh.
It's not peeling, Dana.
Wait, we got to see him.
No. Nobody wants to see this.
Wait,
Everyone wants
that's
to
not
see
the wrong
Rocky.
one.
Rocky's on. Oh, poor Rocky.
Wait, where is it? Oh, there. Is that it? No. There we go. I found it.
Ta-da!
With webcam wide. There we go. It
right,
says
peeled.
with webcam small, but I don't see
Well,
the
there's other
small.
options with the thing, but I don't have them turned on.
Okay.
All right, back please.
Which one? That one? Yeah.
Or even the other one.
You want it this way? So you're small?
All right, so I'm chopping this whole thing. Dicing?
Yes. Dicing it, yes.
Is that small enough?
That's a great question, Pops. Does Spunk TJ, does she stream? Or he? Do they stream? You know, it's so hard when you're streaming because I make assumptions and I shouldn't do that because I don't make assumptions when I do therapy. I literally ask people, what pronouns do you prefer? Ooh, what kind of creative stuff are you looking to do? I want to make sure that I'm promoting you and helping you out. All right, you ready? Here, Robbie's going to dice. I'm going to help him out just a little bit, everybody.
No, I totally got this. Hold on, things are flying everywhere.
This is our pan that has a little bit of that grease, bacon or pork grease in it. Guanciale.
Ta-da.
So let's get that in there and let's soften it up so we're not eating raw
In there.
onion.
Where'd the, there it is.
Yes, Fallen H, why are you not streaming yet? You're a graphic designer, so you want to do some basics and leather crafting
That sounds
and
cool.
a little bit of sewing. I really like leather crafting. I have I've been supporting by putting I have like a little leather bracelet here. And I want to do more of them with all of my words from the past year.
Is this on? Okay.
I just turned it on.
I was just making sure.
Yeah. So while that is waiting, you don't have to keep stirring it around. You can just let it sit
So
there.
it's getting it coated.
Okay. We have the fire roasted tomatoes back there behind you. Yes,
Yeah.
you. Yes, you.
Me?
Yes, in a can.
I saw it earlier.
Oh, wait a minute. It's over here. So you like raw onion. I like raw onion too. I just don't want it in my pasta. But I'll take raw onion on my tacos.
So all
I'll
this
take
isn't
raw
going there?
onion. But we're going to wait till that softens, till we can start to smell the onion a little bit. And then we will add the tomato in there. So, no set schedule for Fallen Age. Legos are cool. I think I have Legos in a bin somewhere in this house. I don't think I gave them away.
I hope not. Oh, I can finally hear it doing something over here.
You hearing a little? That's good. But do you see how these sauces just kind of build on one another? They start from this basic sauce that's just cheese and pepper and pasta. That is the first sauce, that cacio e pepe. And then those other three main Roman sauces all are from that. So the carbonara adds egg and guanciale. Pasta alla gricia just adds guanciale. And here in the United States, it's hard to find. That piece of guanciale I found was the only one left at Central Market that has everything else. Has pancetta, porchetta, and every other kind of pork, but just not guanciale, which I complained about. I was just like, how do you not have that? How can I cook Italian without guanciale? And
What did you say I'm adding this?
as soon as that gets a little, you like it with Persian and Indian food? Yeah. Absolutely. So as soon as that starts to feel like it's softened a little and it doesn't look raw, I'm starting to smell it a little bit. So soon we want to just get some of those sugars out. Spaghetti, lots of garlic, parmesan, and parsley. Yes, I have done that before too. I've also made a bolognese that was incredibly complicated with like 28 ingredients.
That sounds like your...
The mole. The mole
yeah.
was one ingredient less. The bolognese had just one more. But I think I would tweak it a little bit and get it down to 27. Because it had both. It had both. Well, it had pork, ground beef, and lamb in it, and I really didn't like the lamb flavor.
It's just funny when you say get it down to 27. It's
Yeah.
still a lot. Very big number.
So, okay. And then if you want the, so you have gricia with just the Parmesan and stuff. And then to get the more complicated one, which is what we're doing now, the amatriciana, you're just taking that simple cacio e pepe and adding the guanciale, some onions, and some fire roasted tomatoes and a little bit of garlic. There you go. Or no, there was no garlic in this. Sorry, the garlic was in the carbonara. That's what's so cool. And then you can play with any of that. But those are the four main sauces. But you don't have to do traditional. You can do something non-traditional.
Is it ready?
You can probably put the tomatoes in there, and we're gonna cook them just a little bit in there.
All of them?
Yeah, we want to heat it up.
But all of them?
Yes. Go ahead. So we're just gonna heat this up a little bit. Traditionally, you would not use diced fire roasted tomatoes. You would use oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Dana's blanking because
You think better in front of the camera.
I
That's
do.
what
No,
it
I
is.
don't. I still make mistakes. Just peeled Italian plum tomatoes. Now, do you guys all know the difference between, say, a American tomato sauce and something like a passata, which comes generally from Italy? Sugar, sometimes there's sugar in the tomato sauces that you get here. Sometimes there's not, but the tomato sauce that you get here in the United States is cooked. So the tomatoes are already cooked, so you don't need to cook out that raw flavor. But if you get something like a passata, and you need to check the tomatoes that come from Italy. A lot of times they're not cooked, and so they have that raw tomato taste. Some of them are. So always check, because you'll want to cook out that raw, to make sure that you simmer and cook that part out of it. It is better when the tomatoes are cooked for hours. You get just that really rich flavor and stuff. Tomato sifter things. I'm not sure what a tomato sifter thing is. What's a tomato sifter
hippie.
thing? Hey, how are you, hippie? I'm glad you learned something new. I mean, I had to learn it myself. I looked it up and talked to some people about it, because I was like, there's all these terms out there for all this stuff. Just like when I was using, I'm like, okay, all of these recipes like call for bacon, but some of them call for guanciale, and some of them call for pancetta, some of them call from prosciutto, and I can see the difference, but I didn't know what the difference was between them. And
I wouldn't even be able to see the difference.
yes, you would. You totally
It's all the
would.
same to me.
Because it makes a difference. But yeah, so here in the States, we usually add a lot of extra salt and stuff into our tomato sauces, which, why?
Would you like to come join me now?
Oh, is it time? Is it time?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say that.
But thank you, Pops and Fallen Age,
Yes.
for
Thank you so much.
helping us reach the goal.
Yes, and now Dana's going to have to make a milk bar cake. I need to be careful what I put on there.
I'm excited about it. I'm sure I'll get to help with that too, if this is any indication. So how is it? Did I mess it all up?
No, I just think it needs to cook just a little bit more.
Okay.
Because these fire roasted tomatoes, while awesome and chili, they have a little tomato juice in them. So they're tasting a little like tomato juice, which we don't really want in our pasta.
I could have drained them.
You could have.
Can we go back and redo it?
No,
Oh.
we cannot. But I'm going to turn this up just to let these simmer for a second. And then we'll add some of this into there, and then plate that. How's that?
A tasty beverage, eh?
Is that what you want? Oh, a food mill. Oh, yeah.
I'm hippie. It's got tasty beverage.
Oh, yes, a tasty beverage. We have one too, in these very messy glasses, because we've made 2 drinks in them.
Yeah, they're not the cleanest anymore, but it tastes delicious.
Were you on, hey, by the way, hey, Fallen Age, can you give a shout out to Hippie Wayfarer? So Hippie Wayfarer is another food streamer here on Twitch. It's awesome. You want chill, and this is the way to go. Family recipes, right? Hippie, you use those family recipes, your mom's, your grandma's, which you know that I love. Those of you who've been with me
Definitely.
from the beginning. You've seen my mom's crazy file that is kind of fallen apart of recipes, that has my mom's recipes, my grandmother's recipes, my aunt's recipes, recipes from people from church in there. Like I'll go, here's Dudu's fettuccine, because that was a friend's name. Her name was D-U-D-U.
Fettuccine?
Fettuccine. Dudu's fettuccine.
Oh, I thought her name was Fettuccine.
No. That's what she made, was a fettuccine. So if you like those classic recipes, like made some, just awesome food. A sausage roll. I know you guys like sausage rolls, like sausage then covered like with a pastry on it. Which you didn't get a picture of the whole thing, did you? So now you got to make it again
Do you need a picture of that now or when it's on the plate?
when it's on the plate.
Okay. It's definitely cooking down now.
Yeah. I'd probably cook this a little longer if it were me. We're going to put some pasta in here. It would probably need all of this, but again,
That's already so good over there.
I know. We're just going to put some of it in here so that we can plate it. So this is not the perfect way to make the amatriciana. You would want to put the pasta while it's hot with a little pasta water in here, and it would be more saucy. Not have these chunks of tomatoes. It would have you'd break down those plum tomatoes and make it into more of a sauce and let it cook down. But I just want to get an idea of what it tastes like. Don't you?
Yes, please.
We are making a mess.
Yeah, who's coming over to help clean up the kitchen? We'll share the food.
And then we'll put some
Promise.
more cheese in there.
Well, some more. So picture now.
Ooh, nice
picture.
Irish whiskey.
Picture.
I mean, this is a really messy plate, but sure.
No one's judging you on the internet, Dana. It's fine. Oh my goodness, and she's cleaning. More cheese.
To make it pretty. Mom's and grandma's recipes, those are the best. Hey, I saw the chocolate truffles that you had in your Discord that you made that night, and they looked amazing. Is the recipe for that in the Discord too? Did I miss that? I'm gonna taste this now.
Looks hot.
It is. Well, you know what? When you start with cacio e pepe, when you start with cheese and pepper, and you work your way around to carbonara, pasta agricia, pasta alla how come I forget that? Amatriciana. What do you think?
It's pretty good. Well, they've all been good. We got a lot of
this isn't
pasta.
quite authentic, but. And Hippie, I did make, we were trying to make this gluten-free pasta. I think it would work really well for lasagna or ravioli, but it did not work very well to make bucatini. It kept breaking, so we got these little
baby noodles.
Little baby noodles instead of nice long.
You got one or two long ones, but that was about it.
Yeah.
They either broke or stuck together.
So I need to find a good recipe so that I can make things like bucatini and rigatoni and macaroni from scratch. Farmer's Almanac recipe. Interesting. Hello, Scooter Beach. Welcome in at the tail end of our... I'm so glad that you came to watch us eat. Oh, good to see you.
We haven't quite eaten all the food yet.
Not yet.
There's still leftovers for you.
This right here that you see right here is the pasta amatriciana.
You said you really liked the homemade, even though it's gluten-free?
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
It's very tasty.
Yeah.
It was frustrating to make, but it is quite tasty.
The difference between doing a homemade pasta is just that it's a little bit more tender, but everybody has a different way they like their pasta. Some people like it more tender. Some people like it a little more chewy. So I think that it's kind of a matter of taste on that. So you love making homemade pasta. Where were you when I was making this and asking questions? I needed you here. I did. Okay, but we are making homemade pasta again on Sunday, everyone. And it is, so tonight was a big experiment, right? Because I was experimenting making gluten-free pasta for the first time and just kind of playing with the different sauces along with a really delicious beverage. So on Sunday, though, we are making our short rib ravioli with our mushroom sauce. That is, I'm not joking. It's like to die for. Like, I have friends here who are like, you are making that, can I come over? I had one person who came over and said, can I please take all of the leftovers home with me? Which Robbie's like, no, say no. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna give it to him. Single guy. So we gave him that. So don't miss that if you can't, because it is really amazing and it's just very interesting to make. So you are making dinner. Okay, great. Thank you. I will take a look for those truffles because those looked really, really delicious. I know this was my first time making gluten-free, Scooter. So, mushrooms, Robbie's favorite.
Yummy.
Yeah. And it's just this creamy sauce, and it's got like this nice umami beefy flavor to it from the braising liquid. So that's good. And it will be on at a. Do you want to start at 5, or do you think we should start a little earlier for that one? Do you think we should start at 4? We're going to start at 4 or 5 my time, which is Central Time, because it is a little time consuming. So we don't want to be eating at 9. So check out the Discord and the social medias. I'll post exactly what time we're going to start that. We'll make that decision before Sunday.
But if you can't get here until 5 or even later, we'll still be
We'll
cooking.
still be here. We will still be making pasta, I am sure. So thank you, Fallen Age. Thank you so much, Fallen Age, for all of your help when it comes to this. And is anybody on? Who's on?
Let me check.
Checking out where we're going to go. Let's see here. Hey, well, see, Montana's doing animals and aquarium. Texas Hula is doing some crafting. We'll go see John. Let's go see John. So we'll stay with the food and drink stream theme, and we'll go see John in Canada. I'm sure many of you have already gone in and done the raids with us to him. He has more energy than all of us put together, I guarantee you. If he doesn't, we know something's wrong. He's a great food and drink streamer in Canada, so let's go check out John and see what he is making today. All right. Guys, thank you so much. I don't know who just followed. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you guys so much for the bits and all of that stuff and your support. You know that I just love you guys. I love so much that you're here, and it looks like I'm going. So, hey, good night. Hopefully I see you on Sunday. No, we're not. What?
You're still good.
Oh, I'm still good. Oh, he's making, red velvet cinnamon rolls. Can't beat that. Red velvet cinnamon rolls. Chocolate and cinnamon.
There's your follow.
And IBT, thank you so much for the follow. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for being here. It's an honor to have you sitting here. You could be doing anything else. You could be watching other streamers. You could be taking a walk. You could be watching TV, playing games, and you're here with me. Thank you so much. I so appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Let's go.